Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday late afternoon into early evening here today in Castleton. Our coverage of the Region 2 baseball tournament continues here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros and the Larimore Polar Bears. After Hillsboro Central Valley was able to defeat the Thompson Tommies to make it into our winners bracket here with 4 teams, now 3 teams remaining after Thompson eliminated Hat Northwood just minutes ago. Well, for the Larimore Polar Bears, as they were able to get here with a win over Hat Northwood. So the winner of this game just needs to win one more to make it to Newman Outdoor Field, while the loser of this contest, their season won't come to a close, but then they will be on their backs to the wall, and they will play later today against the Thompson Tommies in our second elimination game of the Region 2 baseball tournament. Mostly clear skies. Region 1 softball is just about to wrap up with their championship with Hillsboro Central Valley and Central Cass. Last checked in the 6th inning, it was a 10-2 lead for the Central Cass Squirrels. I'm Chase Miller with you as we'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll continue into our matchup of the Burros and the Polar Bears. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
As we continue on our pregame show here today with our 2 main cameras here in Castleton, it's Hillsboro Central Valley and the Polar Bears of Larimore as we get you ready for what happened earlier between these 2 teams here this season on our pregame show and take a look at what is the third matchup have in store for us. For the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley and the Polar Bears, the first matchup of the season went to Larimore by a final of 8-6 over the Burros. The Polar Bears scored 5 runs in the first and the second inning and never trailed in their contest. Back on April the 15th, 4 runs driven in by Avery Gratton in the contest, and Ethan Cooper also added 2 runs batted in for the Polar Bears. Well, for the Burros, they had Chase Halfley went 2 for 4 with 2 runs driven in. Then you also had Alex Stuffner who went 1 of 3 with 2 runs driven in as well for HCV in the loss. Winning pitcher, able to see Jace Colston go 4 innings of work, while the losing pitcher was Braden Chenault for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley. In the second matchup between the Polar Bears and the Burros here this season, back on May the 13th, the Polar Bears with a 3-2 win over Hillsboro Central Valley. Picking up the run driven in was Braden Burns in that contest, as they had 2 pitchers of Bo Sol Singh and alongside Baron Burns on the mound. Burns will also be on the mound here today. He went 3 1/3 with 2 hits, 2 runs that were earned, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Chase Halfley picked up the loss in 6 2/3 innings work, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 hits, 3 runs that were unearned in the loss for Hillsboro Central Valley. They did have Halfley with the run driven in and Riley Richter with the run driven in as well. So that is a look at what these two teams have done earlier this season. Polar Bears look to make it win number 3. Well, for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley, if they pick up a win just as well for Larimore today, they'll be in the driver's seat moving forward in this Region 2 baseball tournament. We'll continue after this, get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch today from Castleton. It's the Region 2 baseball tournament, and our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rapp.
Optimus Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good!
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic. You don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
As we get you ready here for our starting lineups today, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. Again, that is crystalsugar.com. For the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley, they'll go like this. Leadoff is the junior catcher, Tyson Lushik. Bryce Miller, the sophomore first baseman, is batting second, followed by Chase Halfley, the junior shortstop, batting third. Riley Richter, the senior pitcher, will be in the cleanup role, followed by Alexander Duffner, the junior center fielder. He'll be batting fifth. Austin Cotton, the sophomore second baseman, batting sixth, with Braden Chenault, the junior designated hitter, in the number 7 spot. Elijah Smallbeck, the senior left fielder, followed by Tyson Sumby, the senior third baseman, and then Hunter Kleckner, the sophomore right fielder, in the flex spot. So again, Lushik, Miller, Halfley, Richter, Duffner, Cotton, Chenault, Smallbeck, Sumby, and Kleckner here today for the head coach of Hillsboro Central Valley. That is Ben on the way here today for Hillsboro Central Valley, again with Ben Strand. The Burros taking a look at what they've been able to do here after picking up a 10-8 win over the Thompson Tommies. They've won back-to-back games in 4 out of 6. Here's for Hillsboro Central Valley. The Burros on the season with a mark of 11 and make that a mark of 14 wins on the season here for Hillsboro Central Valley, as the Burros are 14-10. For the Larimore Polar Bears, 11-3 on the season here for Larimore. They've won 3 consecutive games, including wins over Mayport CG, able to beat the Burros, and they were able to beat Hatton Northwood. So 4 consecutive wins now here for Larimore here at 12-3 on the season. Their head coach here is Ben Jacobson. As we take a look at the starting 9 here for Larimore, they'll go with Barron Burns, a sophomore pitcher. Avery Gratton will be the senior center fielder here today, with Jace Collison, the senior shortstop. Case Knutson, the sophomore third baseman, with Dylan Rettemeyer, the junior catcher. Bo Solsing, the senior second baseman. Ethan Cooper, the senior DH, with Bryson Falk, the senior first baseman. Daniel Howard, the senior left fielder. And Tatum will be in the flex spot on the way here for the Polar Bears for Larimore, with Stark on the way here for Larimore. That is our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower-owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. As we get to our opening pitch here today, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Opening pitch on the way here for Mr. Barron Burns in the circle, and this one will be in there for a strike. Opening pitch at 5:33 here for this Region 2 baseball tournament contest. For more information, go to Norman County Raceway in Ada. On June the 28th will be the World of Outlaw Late Models. Tickets available at normancountyraceway.com. That again is normancountyraceway.com. Chase Miller with you here today in Castleton, where we have had now our 5th baseball game of the day officially underway, as Tyson Lushik turns this one around to left field. That'll be in front of left fielder and Howard, able to come on board with a base knock here. And there'll be a runner on to open things up here for the Burros. As from there, you'll see Bryce Miller, a sophomore first baseman here for HCV. So holding on is Falk at first base, Solsing again at second. Collison stands at shortstop with Knutson at third, with Rettemeyer behind the plate. Howard in left, Gratton in center, and then you have Stark in center field here for the Polar Bears. This one will run in for a ball. It's now 1-0. The 2-seed Polar Bears against the 4th-seed here in the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley here in this Region 2 baseball tournament. As this one will miss out of the zone now, 2-0. Winner of this game really puts themselves in a nice situation to try to make Newman Outdoor Field for the state baseball tournament. Already today in Region 1, play Northern Cass on this very field, able to get to state for the first time since 2016 in their 3rd state tournament appearance in program history. Here's a 2-0 offering. That'll miss. They will join a familiar foe out of Region 3. Larimore, Litchfield, Marion, and Edgeley this season, part of the co-op, is making their way to the state tournament as they defeated New Rockford Cheyenne in championship game number 1. 3 balls, no strikes to the number 2 batter. Tyson Lushik wasted little time to get on first with a single to left. 3-0 pitch. This one off speed, miss for a ball. It's a 4-pitch walk, and Miller climbs aboard. And for Burns, a single and a walk against him. And the Burros with runners at first and second with Chase Halfley. As we'll keep apprised of what's going on out in the state of North Dakota in terms of the baseball tournaments. Also from there, what is making its way through for state track and field. As we'll have the pitch here to Halfley for the junior shortstop. That'll be in there for a strike. It's now 0-1. Able to work ahead in the count here on the number 3 batter for Burns. As the Polar Bears in those orange tops, the white bottoms for Hillsboro Central Valley in their blue tops here today. This one is sky to left. That one's got a little kick to it. Halfway way back to the warning track. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer for the number 3 batter for HCV, and the Burros take a 3-0 lead on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard. Halfley able to muscle one out into left field. A 3-run shot at that. Lushik comes in to score. Miller comes in to score. And before you can blink, the Burros have ambushed the Polar Bears here in the top of the first inning. As you'll see, Riley Richter, now the senior pitcher, coming up, as Halfley absolutely tattooed that ball to left field. So 3 runs across, as the Burro fans will make their way now from softball to baseball here in Castleton. If you're an HCV fan, that's one of the nicer things about this particular venue, as this one missing out of the zone. It's now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on the way, and so far 3 batters up and 3 batters in. As this one will miss out of the zone, it's now 3-0. Here's the 3-0 offering. That'll be caught in there for a strike now at 3-1. Region 4 earlier today, Midway Minto over Langdon area Munich, 6-5. As this one is in there for strikes. The Mustangs picked up a win as the Cardinals will go home in Region 4. Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Grafton also playing in that region. This one swung on a miss. Good job for Burns to come back with the strikeout. And there's one down here in the top of the first inning. Region 5 earlier today. And we'll see some games as the pitch will be out of the zone. As Rugby defeated Botno 9-5 up in Region 5. Region 6 making its way through at Corbett Field. The number 1 seed Garrison with the win over Surrey. As this one will be a 1-ball, 1-strike count here to Duffner for the junior center fielder. We'll keep you apprised what's going on across the state of North Dakota with some other regions here today as well. As this one missing. Now 2-1 here to the number 5 batter. A single, a walk, and a 3-run homer. A strikeout, 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here for Burns. 2-1, that'll miss. Now 3-1. Central Cass Squirrels able to win the Region 1 softball championship earlier here today. So the Burros of HCV, for some of those fans, make their way to baseball, then back to softball, where Kindred Richland awaits to try to make it to a state tournament. There's a walk, as getting on board will be Duffner. And then you'll have Austin Cotton, the sophomore second baseman, coming up here for Hillsboro Central Valley. So far today for the Region 2 baseball portion of the tournament here in Castleton, Thompson winners in 5 innings over Hatton Northwood via the 10-run rule. As the pick play getting back in is Duffner at first base. In that particular game, 14 runs came across in the first inning for the Tommies and never looked back. Pitch, that'll miss out of the zone. It's now 1-0. Then from here, once we get through tomorrow through Saturday, all the regions, pending weather, would be done, and then we'll get to our state tournament bracket for the 8 teams that'll make their way to Newman Outdoor Field, home of the state Class B baseball tournament coming up here a week from today. 1-ball, 1-strike with Duffner at first. Here's the pitch to Cotton. That'll run in at the hands now, 2-1. Cotton, the sophomore second baseman here, going up against Burns. And one thing that they've been able to do is put the ball in play. Here's the 2-1 offering. That'll miss. It's now 3-1. As this will be another pick play. It'll be out of the zone. So 3 balls, 1 strike on the way here, top of the first inning. As you look at Burns, trying to see if he can put one on the ground. Runner's going to break for second. It won't matter anyway. It's going to be a walk. Getting in there safely would have been Duffner. Back-to-back walks here for the Burros. This will be their 3rd walk of the inning so far. A single and a homer. And now you got Braden Chenault, as we'll have the head coach here and Coach Jacobson coming out for the Polar Bears, talking it over on the mound with runners at first and second base. And the Burros, again, have done a nice job of getting aboard here and finding some runners to come across. Also tomorrow on yourliveevent.com, the Region 2 baseball tournament will be making its way back to Mayville State. As in that particular matchup, after this you could have one, maybe two games with what will be with that championship a little bit later on. Also tomorrow on yourliveevent.com, we'll have the Adaport West graduation, EDC softball. Fun time of the year when it comes to spring sports when Mother Nature cooperates, as Brendan Chenault, the junior designated hitter, the seventh batter so far here in the inning. As this one will be in there for a strike. It's now 0-1. So for Burns right now, looking to find the zone as he's falling behind a good chunk of Burro batters. This time works ahead, no balls and a strike, as this one will miss for a 1-1 count. As the Burros able to upend Thompson earlier in the week. Tommy's still very much alive here in this tournament, 2-1, but we've seen for so many years Thompson, who's won 3 straight championships and been to 7 of the last 8 state title games in Class B, just make their way through this region and be in the catbird seat, as this one's going to be a CNI single under the glove of the second baseman. Here comes Duffner. The throw is going to one-hop the catcher and Rethenmeyer. This will allow the backup runner in Cotton to try to score as well, and he does. So 2 runs come across on the base, knocked by Chenault, and then the one hopper with Rethenmeyer will allow on the error to have Cotton to come in as well. It's 5-0 here for Hillsboro Central Valley. As you'll see, the Burros at 5-0 on the play, and they've already got 5 runs across. Able to get a single, a 3-run homer, 3 walks. The throw by Stark in right field, but one hop the catcher allowed the second run to score, and Chenault able to go from second to third base. This one will be foul back. This will be 0-2. This is for HCV. They have jumped on Larimore here. 5 runs across so far in the top half of the first inning on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette seed cell scoreboard. The 0-2 pitch. Good breaking ball by Burns as he pulls the string for his second strikeout. And there's 2 down. When you go back through the Class B regional ranks over the last decade plus, it's been Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Thompson. They have pretty much been the 1-2 combination. Those 2 teams played in 3 consecutive state titles in the 2016-2019 range, where the Aggies upended the Thompson Tommies every season at state. The Tommies, though, they've won 3 consecutive state titles, defeating Larimore Litchfield, a club that's been there consistently as well for the Lobos. High fly ball to Howard out and left, who comes underneath it, and that'll end the first inning, but not before 5 runs come across here for the Burros on 3 hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. As we make our way to the bottom of the first inning, new score on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard. It's the Burros of HCV 5, the Polar Bears coming to the plate.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and Gerdau Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Austin Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Broadcasting today from the Dakota Heritage Bank broadcast booth, sharing their heritage and their futures with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. Then again, it's dhb.bank. Dakota Heritage Bank with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Chase Miller with you here from Castleton, where 5 runs come across for the Burros in the top of the first inning. If you're the Polar Bears, that means there's time to do some damage in your own right in the bottom of the first, but they dug themselves a little bit of a hole. It's Burns and then Grattan and Collison due up here for Larimore. As you'll see, this one to Burns. That'll miss out of the zone for Richter. Lushik behind the plate with Sumby at third base, Halfley at shortstop with Cotton at second, and Miller at first. 1-0 pitch is going to be hit into center field. Duffner is there, 2 pitches, and Burns is retired on the soft little line drive out, and there's one down here in the bottom of the first inning. Smallback in left with Kleckner in right, and then as we mentioned, Duffner in center field. As you'll see, Avery Grattan here, the senior center fielder, batting from the left-hand side for the Polar Bears. The pitch. This one will be skied, popped up. Lushik loses the headgear, goes to the backstop, and makes the catch. 3 pitches, 2 down here to begin things in the bottom of the first inning. The real question is on everybody's mind, would a Polar Bear or a Burro win in the wild? That's the real question between those two. As we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. As this one is in there for a strike, 0-1. We got the Tommies, the Thunder, the Polar Bears, and the Burros here for a Region 2 baseball today. The 0-1 offering. As this one will miss low. Region 1 baseball, we saw the Broncos, the Jags, and the Squirrels. So we've kind of hit the zoo here, if you want to call that, for the nicknames across the eastern part of the state in Region 1 and Region 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here to Jace. Carlson will try to be the first base runner of the game for Larimore. This one will be hit up the third baseline. Tough play for Sumby. Gloves it, tries to fire and throw, but not going to be in time immediately off the bat. That's going to be a tough one as Jace will get an infield base knock on the play. And the Polar Bears get their first hit of the evening. As now you have Case Knutson, the sophomore third baseman, coming up to the plates. State track and field, he had the 4x2 and then also the 2-mile run. Then really everything gets underway a little bit later on, as this one will be in there for a strike. And there's a multitude of schools and athletes that have some dual sports, whether it's baseball, softball, into track and field here, just with the weather pushing everything back. Some students, as we saw, Easton Holland and Castleton have to go to track and not be able to play baseball. Saw some of Northern Cass players after winning the Region 1 title, they got in a car and got out of here in a hurry to try to get to Bismarck. As this one is foul back now, 0-2. So for the Polar Bears, trying to get a 2-out rally going here against Richter. Case Knutson, the sophomore third baseman, see what he can do as a cleanup spot against Richter, who's already has a flyout and a pop-out with an infield single. Going again, runner at first base on the 0-2 was Collison. And we'll keep Knutson here fighting it off. No balls and 2 strikes. As Miller holding the runner at first, who's already broke for second back-to-back times, and Richter says, if you've done it once, you've done it twice. Let's just step off the mound here for a quick moment and see if you're going to go a third time. Still one more game here in the Region 2 tournament to come today here in Castleton. Here's the throw, and that's going to go over the second baseman. Getting in there with a stolen base. Jason to scoring position. And the Polar Bears will see a 1-ball, 2-strike count here to Knutson. The loser of this game will have to turn around quickly with the Thompson Tommies coming up next. 1-ball, 2 strikes. Here is Richter. Getting out of the way is Knutson. It's now 2-2. As for these Region 2 teams, they've just had to kind of sit and wait around for most of the day to get on this ball diamond after Region 1 went to the second championship game, as this is filleted into left field. Knutson will get a base knock. Rounding third, Jace is on his horse to get into home. Here's the no throw to second. It's an RBI single on the way for Knutson, as Carlson will come in to score, and the Polar Bears have their first run of the game on the Golden Harvest Temp Gazette Seat Sales scoreboard. It's 5-1. As Rethmeyer, the junior catcher, will dig in now for the Polar Bears. So indeed a 2-out rally is upon us with at least one run across. That stolen base coming in large. Able to get a single there for Casey, who will take second on the throw. That's now 1-0 here to Rethmeyer. As this one goes foul, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Then Solsing due up next. Still to come this weekend through yourliveevent.com. Again, EDC softball starts at Mickelson Field at 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow for 4 games. The 1-1 in there for strike. 1-2 Region 2 softball wrapping up in Mayville with Kevin Kochman. Jake Berkmeyer has Region 1 softball just across the way here in Castleton. 1-2 pitch is going to just go foul. On in front of it enough there for Rethmeyer. Greg Grins was out in Bismarck for the Region 3 baseball tournament. As that moved from Larimore to Bismarck Legacy with the weather. 1-2, this one will run in and nearly hit him. Back-to-back counts that we've seen 2 balls and 2 strikes here for Richter. Polar Bears threatening for another run here in the first as this one goes foul. A nice glove there by Coach Jacobson. Saw Trey Huzar earlier today make a catch in center field without a glove. He lost it on the run and barehanded it with a scoop out in center. Similar to kind of how you would do it is not once but twice there for Coach Jacobson to work the hot box up the third base coach's box. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch upcoming here to Rethmeyer. Richter from the stretch. Got him out in front. Swing and miss for the first strikeout of the game for Riley. But the Polar Bears do score 1 on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sale scoreboard. A new score. It's 5-1 Burros here on your liveevent.com as we head to the second.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsboro invites you to make Hillsboro your home. If you're looking for a new home or a job, check out the opportunities in Hillsboro and see what the community can offer you and your family. Enjoy a quality family life with community, education, church, entertainment, and more. For all neighbors and those driving through the region, we welcome you to come and shop with the businesses in Hillsboro. If you have questions related to services available in the City of Hillsboro, contact the Hillsboro City Office at 701-636-4620.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
In-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Region 2 softball, all Carrington right now over the Thompson Tommies, 13-3, bottom of the third inning here on yourliveevent.com. In-game update again brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Carrington 13, Thompson 3 in Region 2 softball up in Mayville. And if the Carrington Cardinals can beat the Tommies, Thompson has been a team in the last decade that you can about not pencil but pen into the state softball tournament. Be similar to Central Cass 2 years ago, losing to Hillsboro Central Valley and not making it to state. Not to say that the Burros weren't quality enough to make it. They were. It just was about every year you thought Central Cass was going to be one of the 8 teams remaining. And there's a scalding hit that'll split the gap in left center field. And we'll see how far Tyson Lushik can run as he trips over first base and then comes back. And then he hit his hip right on the turf as he's holding his right hip right now. So you'll have a runner at first base as Lushik rounded first, tripped on first base. His right hip broke his fall, and fortunate from a Polar Bear perspective, that was an easy extra base hit. But Lushik is back, and also you're going to hope that Tyson's all right here. That's your catcher And we'll get a new pitcher coming in to the game as well. This pitching change is brought to you in part by Chris Mo Nodak Insurance Company. Your agents with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. Get in touch with Chris at 701-757-1613. We'll let you know more about the change next here on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
If you choose to reside at Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, you won't be giving up anything. You'll only be gaining. Medication management, housekeeping, prepared meals. The team is by your side 24/7, but will always respect your privacy. Let them take care of the details while you live your best life at Halstead Living Center. Get more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead by calling 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com. The Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavors. They encourage you to step into your future, secure in the knowledge that this world needs you and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Best wishes go with you graduates as you prepare for the greater challenges ahead in a world of new possibilities. Congratulations, graduates, from the administration and staff of the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsboro and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
Pitching change again brought to you in part by Chris Mo with Nodak Insurance Company. So for Baron Burns, 34 pitches, an inning, 4 hits, 5 runs. He's on the hook for Lushik at first. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts here, as we'll see Bo Solsing. So Solsing will make his way there, is now at first. We'll get to the difference in the middle part of the infield here. So Burns will go from pitcher to shortstop. The shortstop in Jace will go from short then to second. So Collison now will be at second base here for the defensive changes for the Polar Bears. For Hillsboro Central Valley, the 11th batter to the plate so far here in the contest as Bryce Miller hits one foul. It's now 0-1. Bryce with a walk on 4 consecutive pitches with a run scored after a 3-run homer by Halfley, which hasn't landed yet. I want to sit deep to left field and really started the game here for the Burros. If you're just joining us, part of the reason why they're up by 4. 0-1 pitch, getting out of the zone. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. As we near the 6 o'clock hour here tonight on this Thursday, getting you ready for Memorial Day weekend upcoming as well. With the 1-1 offering. This will be hit in the air and a line drive shot, and Howard's been kept busy in left field so far today. Another base hit for the Burros. It's a single variety, and runners will be at first and second. Minnesota Twins back in action. That'll be upcoming here tomorrow as they will go up against the Kansas City Royals for a 3-game weekend set down in Minneapolis, St. Paul. As you see, Solsing right now. Miss out of the zone here to Halfley. It's 1-0. Minnesota Timberwolves play later tonight against the Thunder, trying to even up that series. Opening tip at 7:30 for the Wolves and the Thunder. 1-0 offering, and therefore a strike at the knee, now 1-1. So Lushik stands at second. You got Miller at first. Here's the 1-2 offering from Solsing. As he looks back the runner a couple times, then delivers, missing at the hands. It's now 2-1. 5 runs, 3 hits with a runner left on base. Back in the first, there was 1 Polar Bear error, as we'll see the 2-1 offering here on the way from Solsing. This will be hit on the ground to the shortstop, Burns. Burns will glove it there. Nice play by Burns in the hole. Pretty much the only way he could go was to third to Knudsen. Lushik is retired. Miller will take second, and Halfley reaches on a fielder's choice with 1 down. For the Polar Bears right now, trying to get out of the inning here in the second and get your bats to the plate. Larimore beat Hillsboro Central Valley in both meetings this season. 1 down here in the top of the second. Late swing as the first baseman, I'll call an infield fly. It won't matter. Falk is there. Pop out, and Richter is retired. Solsing 2 batters up. 3 batters up, that is. He's given up a single. Fielder's choice, and now a pop-up here as it goes to Alexander Duffner. Duffner with a walk and a run scored back in the first. Now Solsing from the stretch. Good breaking ball, able to locate that now. 0-1 for the Polar Bears. Bottom of the second, Solsing, Cooper, and Falk will come up to the plate. The 6, 7, and 8 batters due up here for Larimore. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, now 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, as we'll make our way from here to Mayville State upcoming tomorrow for the conclusion of the Region 2 baseball tournament. The 0-2 offering, that'll miss out of the zone of the fastball. And we'll get a couple of off-speed pitches, as it now will be 1 and 2 on the way. Miller again at second. Halfley stands at first. Solsing. 1-2. This one will be up the third baseline, but foul. Well, for Region 2 baseball fans, the question is, can someone beat Thompson a second time? And will someone other than the Tommies represent the region here this season, as they have had a stranglehold? The Central Cass Squirrels won 4 consecutive Region 1 titles before Northern Cass defeated them earlier today in their second championship game. So some new blood in the State B tournament from Region 1. Here's the 2-2 offering from Solsing. This one will one-hop the catcher, Rethenmeyer. Rethenmeyer goes up the third baseline. The runners will advance 90 feet on the wild pitch. And that will be 3-2 is the count. First full count here for Solsing in relief. As the Burros with the number 5 batter, trying to add a run, maybe 2 here with a base knock up the middle. Austin Cotton is the on-deck circle, in the on-deck circle. 3-2, got him out in front for the strikeout, and Solsing comes in and able to give up a hit, then eventually a fielder's choice pop-out and a strikeout. There were no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Solsing with 15 pitches in relief. As we head to the bottom of the second on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard, Burros lead the Polar Bears by 4.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
As Bull Solsing comes on here for the senior second baseman, swung on a miss against Riley Richter in his second inning of work. No balls and a strike here from Richter, as that'll be out of the zone. Now 1-1. Solsing, Cooper, and Falk due up here for the Polar Bears in our winner's bracket game of the Region 2 baseball tournament. 1-1, that'll miss. It's now 2-1 on the way. Keep you apprised of what's going on across the state of North Dakota here today, as well as this one was swung on. Foul tip, now 2-2. State track and field 3 days out in Bismarck opening up today. Region 2 baseball tournament being played in Mayville and Castleton this season. 2-2 pitch. Richter got him. Strikeout number 2 for Riley. Back-to-back Ks, and there's one down. Bottom of the second inning. As we've been able to find different ways for these teams to get to this particular point of the season. As delivering a strike is 0-1 up in Region 5, the number 4 seed of the Rugby Panthers able to win the championship over Botno 9-2. So the number 4 seed Rugby Panthers out of Region 5 have punched their ticket to the state tournament. The 0-2 pitch, foul tipped into the glove of Lushik, able to make the catch. Shows the home plate umpire. Ethan Cooper retired on 3 pitches, and back-to-back strikeouts now for Riley Richter with 2 down. So Region 1, Region 3, Region 5 officially done. Region 4 will wrap up tomorrow at Park River. Region 6 will potentially go into Saturday at Corbett Field if needed. Region 7 will wrap up tomorrow at Watford City, and Region 8 will potentially make its way all the way to Saturday out in Dickinson if needed. No balls and a strike here to Bryson Falk, the senior first baseman. 0-1, nice spot. Now it's 0-2. Gotta be nice as a catcher when you just pull the glove out there and the ball pretty much comes right where Lushik is setting up behind the plate. This one will miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Polar Bears, this is where they did their damage in the first with a pair of back-to-back singles. A stolen base got a run across with Jason Case. 1-2 pitch, and this one will hit him right on the number. On that Polar Bear emblem right in front of the numbers as Falk will make his way to first base. First free pass of the game here for Riley Richter. As now you'll have Howard then back to lineup. The senior left fielder here for the Polar Bears. Taking his lead off at first is Bryson Falk. Holding him on there is Miller. And the Polar Bears will try to do what they did in the first in a little 2-out rally as this one goes off the mound into center field. That'll be a single by the number 9 batter, and the Polar Bears with runners at first and second here, bottom of the second inning. Second hit of make that the third hit of the game against Richter. Burns with a fly out to Duffner in center on the second pitch for the Polar Bears at the plate here today. 5 runs across for HCV in the first, a run across for the Polar Bears then in the bottom half of the frame as this one missing out of the zone. Now it's 1-0. Richter from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch will be hit up the third base side. This will go to third baseman Sumby. Makes the throw and almost. There was a collision, but able to see Burns almost use the deke to try to get to first with Miller there. It'll be 5-3 on the putout to reach on the other side. There was no runs on 1 hit, no errors with 2 runners left on base. It's still a 5-1 HCV lead on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard as we head to the third.
The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Top of the third inning here on yourliveevent.com. Austin Cotton, Braden Chenault, and Elijah Smallbeck due up here. Broadcasting today from the Dakota Heritage Bank broadcast booth. Servicing their customers. For more information, go to dhb.bank. That is dhb.bank. Broadcasting again from the Dakota Heritage Bank broadcast booth here today in Castleton. As Austin Cotton with a walk his first time up, with a run scored as well for the sophomore second baseman. Batter number 6 in the lineup takes a strike. It's now 1-1. Solsing in relief, an inning, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout against 4 batters to finish off the second inning. Here's the 1-1. Will be swung on. Now it's 1-2. So we'll see 1-2 offering upcoming here. Then a little bit later on, throughout the weekend on Friday in Mayville, get to that all-region team as well. A 2-ball, 2-strike pitch, and able to see Class B softball, some schools continue to add on with Edgeley going to Larimore, Litchfield, Marion, some schools with co-ops. As this one will be a swing. That's a strike. Able to throw one to Falk at first base there is Rettemeyer. That's another strikeout. That'll be the 4th for the Polar Bears combined between Burns and Solsing. And there is one down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Starting to see some clouds meander its way through from Castleton. Early in the morning to the afternoon, pretty mostly sunny skies, but starting to see some cloud cover make its way. As Chenault will get out of the way, almost get hit. As Braden with a RBI back in the 1st inning with a single. The 1-0 offering will be swung and miss. Now 1-1, able to hit one into right field, and eventually 2 runs came in on the particular play. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike count. That'll come on the inner side of the plate. Now 2-1. And Solsing on for his 2nd inning of work in relief. 2-1 pitch. I'll miss out of the zone. Now 3-1. Region 1 softball state qualifier just getting underway in the Hillsboro Central Valley. Burros up early, bottom of the 1st inning. It's 5-love in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley over the defending state champs in Kindred Richland, as this one is fisted towards the second baseman. Holliston is there. Pop up to the second baseman, and there is 2 down. So the Burros again lead 5-0 over Kindred Richland in the bottom of the 1st inning in a state qualifier just across the way here in Castleton. If the Burros can win, they'll make it to state for the 2nd time in the last 3 seasons and defeat the defending state championship in Route 2, a state tournament those years. Beating Central Cass a couple years ago in Kindred, now trying to flip the script, beating Kindred Richland here in Castleton. 1-0 on the way to Elijah Smallbeck for the senior left fielder. As Elijah 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Now it's 2-0. 5 batters retired in a row for Solsing here. A 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 3-0. So far in relief, giving up a single with 2 strikeouts. As we'll see a 3-ball count for back-to-back batters. In there for a strike now, 3-1. Love the pencil bat. Is Smallbeck. Able to see him use that down at the Enderlin Baseball Classic earlier here in the month of April. 3-1, that'll miss. And Elijah draws a walk. As the Burros with the runner on here in the top of the 3rd inning. Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Give Tim a call at 701-430-0877. That's 430-0877. Trying on the pick play as Elijah able to get back safely to first. Tyson Sumby, batter number 9. That will be the 3rd time through the lineup here for the Burros in the top of the 3rd inning. As the Thompson Tommies await the winner, await the loser of this game, as it's now 1-0 to Tyson, who flew out to the right fielder at the time, which was Tatum. As you'll see the 1-0 pitch upcoming here. As Solsing from the stretch. 1-0 will be inside now, 2-0. Already able to see a couple of years of 3 divisions when it came to basketball. We're going to see that in volleyball upcoming in the fall. That'll be a new change for North Dakota High School Athletics, having 3 divisions for volleyball. And next year when you're heading out to Bismarck, it's going to be 3 state tournaments all at the same time at the event center. So that'll be a flurry of activity coming up in November. Here's the 3-2-1 pitch. Oh, miss. As you'll also get a little bit later on for volleyball, districts coming back for Division B for the district volleyball tournaments, similar to basketball for boys and girls hoops in Class B this past couple of years as well. Now, some have had districts, others have had super regionals. as Sunby draws a walk. Smallbeck goes to second base, but that'll also be something new for volleyball players when we get there a little bit later on coming up here in the fall. Tyson Leshek, pair of singles so far here today. A run scored, 2 for 2 at the plate. He has barreled up the baseball twice today, but this is the first time he has seen Solsing. Last batter that Bo has not faced yet in relief. It's now 1-0. Burros looking for some two-out magic here in the top half of the third inning. Trying to add on to that 4-run lead. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-0 with Bryce Miller on the on-deck circle. As Rethenmeyer's going to come out and talk it over here with Solsing. His little conference call on the mound brought to you in part by Chris Moe, Nodek Insurance Company. The two just will talk it over there between Rethenmeyer and Solsing. For more information, get in touch with Cole or Chris, servicing Grand Forks, Lakota, and the surrounding communities at 757-1613. Hitters count to the leadoff batter. Breaking ball, that'll be out of the zone now, 3-0. For the Polar Bears, 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up, bottom half of the third with Avery Groton ready to lead things off once the Polar Bears get back up to the plate. 3-0 in there for a strike now, 3-1. Last couple seasons, State B baseball in Jamestown at Jack Brown, 2 years ago at Corbett Field in Minot. Returning back to Newman Outdoor Field this season. This is hit in the air. That's the straightaway center field. Ratton able to get there right in front of the warning track to retire the side on the flyout. There are no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. The Burros have left 5 runners on base through 3 innings so far. Here today on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard, it's the Polar Bears down by 4 coming to the plate.
No. That there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies. Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. We at IRE Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an IRE Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at ireins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at IRE.
IRE Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Bottom of the third inning update for you from Mayville. Carrington 14, Thompson 4. Bottom of the fifth inning. The Thompson Tommies are on the verge of getting 10-run ruled, and there's one down as well in the bottom of the fifth. So if Thompson loses and Kindred Richland loses, there will definitely be a different feeling to the state softball tournament on the north side of Fargo. Not to take anything away from the Burros or Carrington. It's just Thompson and Kindred Richland. They've been teams that you can about pen in like Central Cass over the years in the East that'll make it to the state tournament. 2, 3, and 4 batters due up here as Avery gets a hitter's count now 2-0 for the number 2 batter, the center fielder. Polar Bears got down early. The 2-0 pitch, that'll miss. Now 3-0. Now they got some time to dig themselves out of a 5-0 hole. They did score a run back in the first. 3-0 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 3-1 as Riley Richter is on for his third inning of work. 3 hits against. The Polar Bears have left 2 runners on so far in 2 innings. 3-1, that'll miss inside a 5-pitch walk. And the Polar Bears get a leadoff batter aboard here in the third. The first time Larimore has got a leadoff runner on. Jace Colson with a single, stolen base, and a run scored so far here today for the Polar Bears. For Hillsboro Central Valley so far, they've scored 5 runs on 5 hits. They've left 5 runners with no errors. For Larimore, they've scored 1 run off of 3 hits. They have left 3 runners on base here today. As we get an 0-1 count up coming here to Collison. As the runner gets back at first base. So Region 1 softball, Region 2 softball will wrap up The West a little behind that, the 0-1 pitch. This is going to be right back to the mound. Richter looking to get the lead runner, does to Halfley at shortstop. They can't turn a chance for two, but they do get the lead runner. So it will be a fielder's choice as Jace is able to reach base, and there's one down here in the bottom of the third inning. The number 4 batter, cleanup for the sophomore third baseman in Case Knutson with a single his last time up and a run driven in as well. Able to get a base knock after the stolen base by Jace. We'll see if that's the case. No pun intended, as this one is going to be hit, and that's into left field. So a couple hard hit balls by Case. Halston will make his way to second. Knutson is aboard, the 4th hit of the game for the Polar Bears. And you'll have runners at first and second base. Dylan Rethenmeyer, the junior center fielder, with a strikeout. Tell you who the player of the game is our center field camera and the mini generator out there. It's been on since about 6:30 this morning. In 12 hours, that puppy's been working. It's got more work to do this weekend yet to go. We'll get that charged up as well. And our baseball bingo card between Region 1 and Region 2. We've seen a homer, we've seen a balk call, we've seen a suicide squeeze, we've seen a man in center field make a barehanded catch. As this one is going to be popped up, and this will be a chance for the catcher, is making a nice catch there is Lushik for the out. And there's 2 down. So far for the games myself covering, just haven't seen a traditional 6-4-3 double play yet. Seen a little bit of everything. But that's what happens when you get some baseball in terms of 5 to 6 games at one venue today. Fortunate to have turf after about a monsoon for a couple of days. That kind of is what it felt like. Bo Solsing struck out his last time up, looking to get a 2-out hit, and said this one is popped up. Here comes Miller. Miller in fair territory, gloves it, and that'll retire the side. So the Polar Bears left on ice here in the 3rd inning. There were no runs across on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Both teams have left 5 on through 3 so far today on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
It's time to hit the ground with summer lawn and gardening projects, and Mayport Hardware is here to help. Stop by the greenhouse and browse the wide selection of flowers to liven up your yard. From the outdoor power tools of mowers, tillers, and trimmers to the lawn care essentials of seeds, fertilizers, and top-tier gardening tools, let Mayport Hardware transform your yard to where the grass is greener. Come visit Tim, Sue, and the staff at Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
As we get to our in-game update, brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, just across the field from us here for softball. Region 1 softball, it's 5-2 Burros, top of the 2nd inning in a state qualifier. Hillsboro Central Valley leads Kindred Richland 5-2, top of the 2nd inning in softball. Also in softball, Region 2 up in Mayville. Carrington try to punch their ticket to state in the top of the 6th inning. It's Carrington 14, Thompson 5. Top of the 6th inning, Cardinals lead by 9 up in Mayville, where earlier today, Mayport CG Hatton Northwood able to advance with a Region 2 championship over the Thompson Tommies. So we'll find out the 4 teams from the East that'll represent at the state Class B softball tournament. That in-game update again for softball, brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Top of the 4th inning as the Burros will be sending 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate. Bryce Miller, no relation, will come up with a walk and a single with a run scored so far today. Here's the pitch by Solsing. This one will run and hit him. So Miller, for the 3rd time, will reach base here. And a runner at first. As Chase Halfley with a 3-run homer and a fielder's choice has reached base twice. He has got right now what you could call maybe the hit of the ball game with a 3-run homer to left. That catapulted HCV out in front. 3 batters up, 3 batters in. And they haven't looked back since. But the Polar Bears, give them credit. After that first inning, put a couple of zeros on the board themselves. Here with Bull Solsing as he came on in relief. It's a 1-0 count up coming here to Halfley. For Hillsboro Central Valley, a 4-run lead. The question is that enough against this Polar Bear lineup as this game continues? But if you're Larimore, got to find ways to bring a couple of these runners in. You can say the same for the Burros. Outside that one hit, they haven't had that big knock since. Is going on the pitch, regardless, was going to be Miller, as he's able to get into stolen base. And he makes his way towards second. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Halfley. Now batting with a runner in scoring position. Halfley, the junior shortstop. 2-1. That'll go out of the zone now. 3-1. So the 1-seed Thompson Tommies either await the 4-seeded Burros or the 2-seeded Polar Bears after the conclusion of this contest. And the 3-1. That'll work out of the zone. Halfley will draw a walk. We'll have runners at first and second with nobody out, with Riley Richter 0 for 2 today coming up to the plate. So at second base is Miller. Halfley again stands at first. Richter, see what the play is on here with nobody out. Top of the 4th inning to the cleanup batter. Solsing from the stretch. This one will be backhanded. Nicely done by Rethemeyer. This will be 1-0. Howard in left. Ratton in center with the right fielder. Stark on the way. Here's the 1-0. That one will miss. Now 2-0. Knutson at third base. The starting pitcher and Baron Burns now at short. Collison at second with Falk at first and Rethemeyer behind the plate here for the Polar Bears. 2 balls, no strikes on the way. As Solsing with a hitter's count now to the opposing pitcher and Richter, and he delivers a strike. Hillsboro Central Valley sent 9 batters to the plate in the first, sent 5 in the second, and they sent as well 5 in inning number 3. This will be hit on the ground up the third base line. That'll go foul. Now 2-2. If you've had turf, you've been an ally of high school sports here in the last couple of days. Seeing what Castleton was able to do, hosting softball that was already scheduled to be in Castleton. 2-2 pitch. This one will go foul. Able to see UND host an EDC softball game yesterday. And now having both the Region 1 and Region 2 tournaments here, which Region 1 was scheduled to be at Northern Cass and Region 2 scheduled to be at Mayville State. As we'll see the 2-2 pitch upcoming here with N2 Richter. This will be hit down the left field line, but that'll go foul. As it now will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 offering. That'll be out of the zone now. 3-2. So a hit by pitch and a walk. And now Solsing is on the verge of giving up another free pass here in the inning. Payoff pitch. There'll be a walk and the bases are full. So in relief, able to see 4 walks, a hit by pitch for Solsing, and there's still nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. As the infield will now come in, as you'll see Duffner to the plate. Batter number 4 in the 4th for Hillsboro Central Valley. Duffner 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, as Hillsboro Central Valley will have a courtesy runner as number 8 is coming out here for the Burros. As Breidenbach will be coming on. This one in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So Duffner, ball's behind the count. This one will run in at the hands. It's now 1-1. Bases full and runners on the infield in. Here's the 1-1 offering. That'll miss inside, 2-1. There's a saying in baseball, infield tight can be a hitter's delight, as you just get a little bit more room and avenues to work with where a little bloop can possibly go in for a base knock, which would normally be a catch. 2-1's going to be hit on the ground up the third base line. I'll go foul now at 2-2. Chance of the Burros to open up the game here in the top of the fourth inning and start to even separate some more. While for the Polar Bears, can they minimize it to 0-1 or anything else? The 2-2, this one will be blocked by Rethenmeyer. He's done a good job with a couple of balls that have been off the plate here to keep the ball in front of him. It's a full count here to the junior center fielder. Nowhere to put Alex Duffner. Burros with 2 walks and a hit batsman have worked the count. 3-2 and another walk. Coming in to score will be Miller. Halfley goes to third, as Breidenbach will make his way to second. Duffner will get his walk and a run driven in. As we got a new score on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard, it's now 6-1 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley. Austin Cotton 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout here today and a run scored, and there's still nobody out. Fifth batter of the inning. Solsing, we'll see this get by the catcher Rethenmeyer. Now they had the Burros potentially in a pickle. Here's the throw as they will go towards the shortstop. Burns, then they come and they get the runner out. So that'll go 2-1-6. Back to 2 on the putout. And Chase Halfley is retired at home plate as Breidenbach will stand at second, and there's one down. Well, if there's one way you want to get out of the inning, runner's little potential question of that one is not coming the entire way was Halfley, but Halfley put on the brakes, and the secondary runner in Breidenbach kind of had the head down, was never looking up, and by the time he got to third, he kind of looked at Halfley like, what are you doing here? So by the time that Halfley finally went, he was just kind of dead to rights. So nice job by Burns to make the throw back to Rethenmeyer, who applied the tag. The 2-0 pitch is upcoming. That'll run in and nearly hit him, now 3-0, and the Burros have yet to put a ball in play here in the top half of the fourth. 3 balls, no strikes. Austin Cotton. We'll see if he gets the green light here on 3-0. The answer is no, it doesn't matter anyway. It's another walk. As the bases will be full here for the Burros, and we'll get a quick mound conversation here with Chris Moe and Nodak Insurance Company with head coach, Coach Jacobson. We'll see if there is a pitching change indeed, or just a simple matter of getting a mound call, allowing him to collect himself, as we've seen 4 walks and a hit by pitch. And we've also seen a couple additional walks here, so 7 batters here have reached base via the free bag, and Solsing came on with a single that he gave up in the second, then retired Halfley, Richter, and Duffner. From there, got Cotton on a strikeout in the third with a pop-out of Chenault. Back-to-back walks of Smallbeck and Sumby, but then Lushik flew out in the third inning. And since then, it's been 5 batters up and 5 batters on in some capacity here, as now it's to Braden Chenault. So Breidenbach stands at third, Duffner at second, Cotton at first, and nowhere to put Chenault, who's one of 2 today, with a single. As this will work out of the zone, it's now 1-0. A goal in a ball game that has started an hour and 2 minutes here ago in Castleton. As the Burro fans might be thinking of a run rule if you can get a base hit. Instead, this one will be off the glove of Solsing. That'll go to the second baseman, Collison. In time, the run does come in. They do get the out at first. It'll go 1-4-3 on the putout. And there's 2 down, but a run does come in to score to make it now 7-1. So a run driven in for Schnault. His second of the contest. Brennan Bach comes in to score. Duffner to third, and Cotton goes to second base. So the Polar Bears will take the out, as this will be a line drive right to the third baseman, Knutson, to retire the side. The Burros send 7 batters to the plate. They score 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. As we make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's a new score on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Burros lead by 6.
The Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
By that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit Farmers Union Insurance agent in Hillsboro.
Bottom of the 4th inning here, Hillsboro Central Valley leads by 6 as the Polar Bears will send Cooper, Falk, and Howard to the plate. This one swung on a miss. It's now 0-1. Riley Richter on for his 4th inning of work here today. As you'll have the 0-1 offering. This one will miss inside. It's now 1-1. Keep you apprised of what's going on in the softball end. As this will miss inside, now 2-1. Out in Mayville, bottom of the 6th inning, it's 15-5 Cardinals. Bottom of the 6th, Carrington leads by 10 over the Tommies in Region 2. And here in Castleton, bottom of the 2nd, Hillsboro Central Valley leads Kindred Richland 7-2. In softball, 3-1 pitch. Swing and miss, it's now 3-2. Cooper is trying to get aboard here for the Polar Bears. Get something going in the 4th. Instead, Richter gets the strikeout. Enough K here for Richter. He struck out a batter in the 1st, back-to-back in the 2nd, and 1 here in the 4th for 4 strikeouts so far, and there's 1 down. Falk and then Daniel Howard here for the Polar Bears. This one foul tipped in the glove of Lushik. It's 0-1. Sumby at third base, Halfley stands at short. Cotton at second with Miller at first. We'll get to the outfield again here after the pitch by Riley Richter. 0-1 pitch, 0-2. Smallback in left with Duffner in center, Kleckner in right. Here's the 0-2. Got him, as they'll have to go Lushik to Miller, catcher to first. To complete the strikeout they do. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Daniel Howard with a single his last time up in the 2nd. And it goes back to the top of the lineup with Baron Burns after that. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike now, 0-1. There's the 0-1 pitch. This one was going to be hit out to left center field as Daniel Howard, the number 9 batter, 2 for 2 at the plate for the senior. For the sophomore, excuse me, as this will be a base knock on the way. And you'll have runners at first base. And here's where the Polar Bears have done their damage with the little 2-out variety here today. They've done it in the 1st inning with the run score. They got some things going in the 2nd with a hit by pitch and a single also with 2 outs. So this is in there for a strike to Burns. As the pitch is going to be hit up the third base side, that'll go foul. So Howard again, the senior, looking at Satcham, who's the sophomore there on my lineup card in the flex spot. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Baron Burns. This will be hit on the ground. A one hopper to Sumby, who charges, fires, and throws across to Miller. 5-3 on the putout. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We played 4 complete here on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed South scoreboard. It's Hillsboro Central Valley 7, Larimore 1 on yourliveevent.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Looking for furniture that's more than just ordinary? At the Lighting Gallery, we hand select every piece of furniture that reflects unique style and will stand the test of time. Handcrafted with unparalleled quality, every table, chair, sofa, and accent chair is built to last. Whether you're designing your dream home or upgrading your current space, our experienced team at the Lighting Gallery is here to bring your vision to life. Visit us at the Lighting Gallery, 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks. Online at shopthelightinggallery.com.
Top of the 5th inning on yourliveevent.com as the Burros right now with a 7-1 advantage here on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Chase Miller with you day here from Castleton, where it's our 5th of 6 games here between the Region 1 and Region 2 baseball tournaments. As this will miss inside, it's now 1-0. So you'll see here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, the 9-1-2 batters, Sunby, Lushik, and Miller, due up to the plate for HCV. 1-0 pitch. Oh, miss. It's now 2-0. That's for Hillsboro Central Valley. They found base runners in the first, second, third, and fourth. They've left 7 runners on so far. They have 5 hits in the game, and they have taken 10 free passes between the walks and the hit by pitch. It's now 3-0. As Bull Solsing right now, 3 innings of work, 67 pitches. Now he's up to 70. The 3-0. That'll be a walk on the way. It's a 4-pitch walk as Sumby will take first base, his second walk of the game. And now back to top of the lineup. 4th time through here for the Burros against a Polar Bear pitcher, Tyson Lushik. 2 for 3 today with a couple of singles and a run scored. As you'll see, the Thompson Tommies again waiting for the conclusion of this game. As the Region 2 teams had to wait around a while, they weren't sure if it was going to be noon or 2 o'clock for what was going to happen with Region 1 baseball, just for the simple fact of if they played that second championship game. And the first of 3 games in the Region 1 baseball tournament went long, which went to extras in 2 hours and 22 minutes. And you had Central Cass beat Northern Cass, and Northern Cass came back and beat the Squirrels in the second championship game. So everything just continually got moved down the road a little bit, and see if maybe 7:30, roughly, give or take, if maybe we get to a first pitch of our final game of the day here in Castleton. 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be fisted, and this one will go foul. It's now 1-2. As that one goes right on top of the press box here on top of the awning. 1-2 on the way. And this game so far is about just over an hour and 10 minutes through 4 innings here today. As Falk holds on the runner at first. Runner's going to break. Is this going to be a hit and run? And that's a base knock into left. As Tyson Sumby will hold there. And then the other Tyson, and Leshik able to get a base knock here. Runners at first and second. Base hit here for Hillsboro Central Valley. That's their first hit since the second inning for the Burros, as they've taken a myriad of walks, as we'll get courtesy runner coming on here for HCV. As Griffin Mitzel now will run for the catcher at first base. Sumby is at second. And HCV with nobody out here in the fifth inning. Now to Bryce Miller. Miller has reached base all 3 times here today. First pitch swinging, hits one into center. Gratton will come over, and this one will one-hop him as he tried to make the sliding catch. Coming in to score will be Sumby. Mitchell rounding third. He's going to be waved in. It's going to be a bases-clearing base knock here for Miller, and we have a 9-1 game here for Hillsboro Central Valley. So Mitchell comes in to score from first to home. Miller will get the base knock, and a couple of runs driven in. This is now 9-1 as Avery was trying his best to get into the gap, then make the slide, and as he slid, kind of his knee kind of went into the turf and popped up a little bit awkwardly. So 2 runners in, and here for Hillsboro Central Valley, we'll see it to Chase Halfley, and Halfley gets out of the way. It's now 1-0. Halfley has reached base twice, one on the 3-run homer. Make it 3 times. He has a fielder's choice and a walk as well. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball now 1-1. So a walk, a single, and a double so far here in the inning for the Burros. As a team looking for that triple for the team cycle. As this will get past Rethemeyer in the wild pitch. It's now 2-1 as Miller makes his way towards third base. As Bo Solsing has seen a handful of free bags against him with 8 so far. The 2-1 pitch, that'll be in there for a strike and nearly hit Halfley. Now 2-2 as Halfley was about ready to duck and cover and get out of the way. Halfley right on top of the bag with that right foot in the batter's box here on top of the plate. The 2-2. Miss low, now 3-2. As Larimore will try to cut the run at home if it's hit on the ground here by Halfley with Miller at third. Payoff pitch. This will be hit in the air. That'll be a fly ball to straightaway center. Avery going back right in front of the warning track. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Halfley as Miller comes in to score. It's the 4th run driven into the game for the junior shortstop, and it's a 10-1 advantage with 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. So for the Burros right now, looking for 1 more run here in the 5th, then you can start talking about the 10-run rule. For Larimore, looking to get 2 outs prior to that to get their bats to the plate, where if they don't score a run, will at least bare minimum head to the 6th. Richter with a walk, and then Breitenbach came in and scored for him. Riley 0 for 2 today at the plate. Hits one. This one will be to the second baseman. Holston is there. Goes across and able to jump up through the phone booth there as Falk can come back down to the bag. 4-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. As you'll see, Alexander Duffner now. Duffner with 2 walks and a run scored from the number 5 spot on the lineup here for Hillsboro Central Valley. As the Burros well in command in this game with 2 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 5th, adding to their 5 runs they scored in the 1st inning. As Solsing will see this on the zone, it's 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Big swing there by Duffner. It's now 1-1. As here in Castleton, it's all turf, both up the first, third base side, outfield. As you'll see, Duffner get hit by a pitch. Duffner today, 2 walks, a hit by a pitch, and a strikeout. And we'll get another meeting on the mound here, brought to you in part by Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Agency. With 2 down, as Austin Cotton is scheduled to come up to the plate here, and we'll see if we get a pitching change in this one with Bull Solsing on the mound. As they continue to take a look at this one more time and talk it over. Chris Moe Nodak Insurance Company. For more information, your agents with answers, call 701-757-1613. That's 757-1613 from Chris Moe and Nicole Lamb. Give them a call at Nodak Insurance Company. As we will get a pitching change, we'll let you know about it next here on your liveevent.com.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
This is Dustin Nagel with Dakota Heritage Bank. We're a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we can assist you with all your banking needs, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, loans of all types, and more. We offer free mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking with Dakota Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The City of Hillsboro invites you to make Hillsboro your home. If you're looking for a new home or a job, check out the opportunities in Hillsboro and see what the community can offer you and your family. Enjoy a quality family life with community, education, church, entertainment, and more. For all neighbors and those driving through the region, we welcome you to come and shop with the businesses in Hillsboro. If you have questions related to services available in the City of Hillsboro, contact the Hillsboro City Office at 701-636-4620.
As we do get this pitching change brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance Company, Chris Moan Agency. Bo Solsing goes 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits on the hook for the runner at first base with Duffner. 5 runs, 9 free bags between a walk and a hit by pitch and 2 strikeouts as Gage Polson will come on. Solsing now goes into right field. Pitch to Cotton. That one will miss out of the zone. It's now 1-0. 87 pitches for Solsing and 3 2/3 innings of work. Austin Cotton able to reach base twice on a walk with a run scored here. Righty-righty matchup. This one will miss low. It's now 2-0 for the Polar Bears. Bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be their 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate as Avery Gratton with Collison and then Knutson do up. As the 2-0 is in there for a strike at 2-1 for the Burros. 7th batter to the plate in this game. Least amount of batters they've sent in an inning is 5. 2-1 runner breaks. This will be hit up the first base dugout, but that'll go out of play. It's now 2-2. And our coverage of Region 1, Region 2 baseball. It's been a full day here at the ballpark. First game got underway at 8 o'clock this morning. As we'll see the 2-2 offering yet again. As Polson looks in, 2-2 pitch, strike 3 looking, froze him, and Austin Cotton is retired for the final out of inning number 5 here in the top half of the frame. As we make our way to the bottom half, we do have a new score with 3 runs across in the inning off of 2 hits. There were no errors and a runner left as Polson comes in for a 3rd inning of work. As we make our way to the bottom of the 5th, the Burros lead it by 9.
Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts congratulate the seniors on your success and wish you well in your future endeavors. They encourage you to step into your future, secure in the knowledge that this world needs you and the unique, inspiring gifts that only you can give. Best wishes go with you graduates as you prepare for the greater challenges ahead in a world of new possibilities. Congratulations, graduates, from the administration and staff of the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. To all students, parents, and families of the Hillsboro and Central Valley Schools, thank you for a great year.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
As we'll get to our in-game update here in a moment for softball, there is Region 2 that has gone final as Gratton will not go through the zone. He'll take a ball. It's 1-0. Avery with a walk in the 3rd. He popped out to Lushik behind the plate. 0 for 1 today as this one now will be 2-0. In-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Share their heritage and their future. Go to dhb.bank. The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. It's gone final. Carrington defeats Thompson 15-5 in 6 innings. So the Carrington Cardinals and Mayport CG Het Northwood Patriots will be making their way to the state tournament out of Region 2. Region 1, the champs of Central Cass. Right now, Hillsboro Central Valley leads Kindred Richland 9-4, bottom of the 3rd inning in Region 1 softball state qualifier. The 2-2 is golfed out to right field. Duffner will come in the gap, call off Kleckner here, and it will be an out, and there is one down. So one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now it goes to Jace Collison, who's reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice, a single with a run scored, and a stolen base. As the Polar Bears have left 6 runners on base so far. As this is smoked into left field for a base knock here for Jace. As we'll get a runner on here for Larimore. As Polar Bears have found a way to get at least one hit in every inning. It's all been the single variety. A couple singles in the 1st, one in the 2nd, one in the 3rd. They got one in the 4th, and one here in the 5th, as this one is in there for a strike to Knutson. Knutson, a pair of singles so far today. He does have a run driven in, the only one driven in so far for the Polar Bears. As this one is swung on, now it's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Minnesota Timberwolves about ready to tip in a half hour tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 0-2 offering, that'll miss at the chin. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Polar Bears looking for base runners and climb them on and get them on board here against the Burros. As this will be jammed, and we'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. All roads lead to Newman Outdoor Field this season for the State B baseball tournament. Grand Forks will host the A version of the tournament, as this is going to be hit on the ground. Halfley bobbled it as he just looked up a little bit. That'll be an error on the shortstop. As you'll have runners at 1st and 2nd. Halfley kind of looked up to see where the lead runner in Collison was going to be, but also possibly having to go across the diamond in the hole there. And runners at 1st and 2nd. And if you're the Polar Bears right now, bottom of the 5th inning, you'll need to capitalize on this, trying to get runners across and in. First pitch swinging. Halfley will get another chance. There's 6-4. And the exchange is the runner from 3rd base here in Collison kind of danced about 10 feet down the line to see if he can maybe steal a run here. But Cotton got the glove on it, then on the exchange bobbled it. So Rethenmeyer will reach base on a fielder's choice. 2 down, and there's runners at the corners. As Bo Solsing started at 2nd base, went to pitch, now out in right field. Coming up here for the Polar Bears. 0 for 2 today at the plate. 2 down, bottom of the 5th. This one will miss for a ball. It's 1-0. As Knutson was retired at 2nd. Big swing there for Solsing. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. As the Burros lead it by 9. This one will be foul tipped. Be 1-2. Playing in Castleton here, where Central Castle will be part of the EDC in 2 years for both baseball and softball. So next season will be the last year of Class B before they will make their way to the EDC when it comes to spring sports for baseball and softball here. As you'll have 1 ball and 2 strikes on the way to Solsing. As Richter with the 1-2 pitch. Good block at the plate. And then the runner will make its way to 2nd base here with Rethenmeyer. It'll be 2-2. So if you're Bull trying to put something in play here, something up the middle, get 1 if not 2 runs across. And instead this one will go foul lookout. As that is a dangerous one with softball here. Or if you're maybe just playing catch, not looking for a line drive foul ball going your way. There's the 2-2 upcoming offering here from Richter. Richter with 5 strikeouts in the game. Daylight play, do they get him? No. A chance to apply the tag at second base as Halfley came in and nearly able to get the trailing runner in Rethenmeyer out at second. And the 2-2 yet again. Getting out of the way is Bo. Ethan Cooper on the on-deck circle here for the Polar Bears if Solsing can climb aboard. Payoff pitch. Swung on a miss, and Richter gets his 6th strikeout. There were no runs across on 1 hit, an error, and 2 runners left on base on the Golden Harvest Tim Kazet Cell scoreboard. It's a 10-1 HCV lead over Larimore as we head to the 6th inning.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Top of the 6th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. It'll be the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, and 9 batters coming up to the plate. As we head to the top of the 4th inning in softball, Hillsboro Central Valley 9, Kindred Richland 4. As we head to the top of the 4th inning in a Region 1 state qualifier with Jake Berkmeyer. Chase Miller with you across the way. As this one will run out of the zone, it's now 1-0. Chenault, Smallbeck, and Sumby here for Hillsboro Central Valley in a game that's 90 minutes old. The 1-0. That'll miss. No, 2-0 as Paulson, third of an inning worked. Able to earn a strikeout of Austin Cotton to get out of the 5th inning. Here's a 2-0. I'll be in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Hillsboro Central Valley. They score a run here in the top of the 6th. Bare minimum would force Larimore to score a run. Otherwise, the run rule will be in effect. So the Polar Bears right now want to avoid that. Well, for Hillsboro Central Valley, when you, or any team, once you get to this point of the season, you want to find ways to get another runner on and minimize the pitching as much as you can here. 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. Now 3-2 on the way. Chenault with a single, 1 of 3 so far here. The 3-2 pitch, that'll miss out of the zone. And Chenault will get a walk here, as it'll be the 13th free pass of the game for Larimore against the Burros. And we'll get a courtesy runner coming on into the game here for HCV. What's coming in will be number 12 here in Kleckner. So Kleckner will come on. And courtesy run here for Chenault. So Kleckner will come in and run. As you'll see, Smallbeck now to the plate. Still to come. Once we get there, we'll get to our post-game show. Brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. That and more are still to come on the post-game report. 10-1. As you'll see, Paulson from the stretch. This one will come in to Smallbeck. Smallbeck takes the bat back, and everybody freezes to see if it was a foul ball or just simply a ball. As everybody froze and thought that it might have hit Elijah, and said that'll be a ball, and the runner and Kleckner just standing pat at first base here. As now 1-0. As the loser of this game has a date with the Thompson Tommies and Coach Nate Solis trying to extend their season with a win. As this one is going to be bunted up the third base line. A nice play, and then just nowhere to go with the ball. But as the throw goes, the Burros then with Kleckner will go from second to third after you had Paulson look at the first baseman and kind of double clutch and almost run into Knutson a little bit. And by the time he did that, just allowed Kleckner to go from first to third as Smallbeck with a nice spot, and runners will be at the corners here for the Burros. As now it's to Tyson Sunby. Infield in here for Larimore, to what we were talking about earlier with that run rule, is the runners in a break to second base here for the Burros on a defensive indifference. It'll be 1-0 here to the number 9 batter. Sunby with a run scored today with a pair of walks. He's 0 for 1. And it goes back to the opposite Tyson. The 1-0 pitch. Here's a squeeze play. This one will be hit and perfectly executed on the suicide squeeze. Coming in to score will be Kleckner. Smallbeck will make his way first to third. Then you'll have Tyson Sunby get to first base. The throwing error will allow another run to come in. The center fielder guns him out at third. But Smallbeck does come in to score 2 runs across, and the Burros have a 12-1 advantage, and there is going to be one down. So back to the top of the lineup here. After the squeeze play was put on by Sunby. Then on the air, you'll see Smallbeck come in to score. And there's one down. It's 0-1. As Tyson has gotten 3 hits today. This one is going to be a pop-up up the third base side. That'll go foul now, 0-2. Aleshik here. And then Bryce Miller is the on-deck batter. Bottom third of the lineup for the Polar Bears with Ethan Cooper in the bottom of the 6th. So Larimore knows they got to score a couple of runs now in the bottom of the 6th inning at least, as this one is hit up the third base side. That'll go foul. If they're unable to do so, we talk about the 10-run rule and make our way from game number 5 today here in Castleton to game number 6 in the final game. As Paulson looks in to the leadoff batter. 0-2 pitch. Got him on the jam shot. Burns and Knutson, and the shortstop in Burns calls off Knutson for the pop-out. There's 2 down. As you'll see, Bryce Miller here coming up. Burros, 2 runs in the 4th inning, 3 runs in the 5th, and 2 runs so far here in the 6th, to add on to their 5 runs in the 1st. This will be hit. That'll be to the glove of the first baseman. Falk will catch it on a line, a little soft line, and Miller is retired. But 2 runs come across on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard as we make our way to the bottom of the 6th inning. HCV leads it by 11.
This is Austin Reed with Dakota Heritage Bank. At Dakota Heritage Bank, we have a strong background in ag and business lending, but we can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. If you're in need of a loan, visit us at one of our locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing our heritage, sharing our future.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
12-1, bottom of the 6th inning here as the Polar Bears are down to their final 3 outs. Unless they can score 2 runs and get this game into the 7th, obviously from a Larimore perspective, they'll need more than that to really put a threat into this game, but also try to get a little rally going for their next game if it is a loss here for the Polar Bears, as the Thompson Tommies await. As this will miss inside to Cooper. It's now 1-0. Ethan 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts as Richter on for his 6th inning of work. This one swung on and missed. It's now 1-1. Riley's done a nice job. 6 strikeouts, giving up a handful of hits that have been kind of spread out throughout the course of this game. 6 in total. 1 run and He's given up a walk and a hit by pitch as well here today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here to the seniors. This one will be in the turf now, 2-2. Post-game show will also get to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. And more still to come. 2-2. Swing and a miss. And Richter gets his 7th strikeout. Back-to-back Ks here for Richter. And kind of like goals in soccer or also in hockey, they come in bunches and pairs, and that's been similar to Richter. He struck out 3 batters between the first and the second in a row. Struck out back-to-back in the 4th, and now 1 in the 5th to end it, and 1 in the 6th to begin it. 1 down as the Polar Bears currently are down to their final 2 outs of this ball game, as that'll miss as Falk here at the plate. This one will be out of the zone now, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. It'll be 2-1. Riley Richter has done what you needed from a Burrow perspective here. Find ways to throw strikes, trying to eat up some innings. And more importantly for HCV, they're 2 outs away from getting into that championship upcoming tomorrow at Mayville State. This will be hit on the ground. That'll go to Sumby at third. Sumby with the throw. 1 hop, and that'll get past Miller at first base on the throw. As Falk will get aboard here. He'll be on the air on the way by Sumby, as you'll see runner at first base. As you'll have Daniel Howard. Howard. 2 singles in the number 9 hole here for the Polar Bears. He's done his job to kind of be a table setter here today. First pitch swinging, and he's going to fillet one out to right field. And the Polar Bears going to runner at first and second. Falk will go to second base. Howard 3 for 3 today with 3 singles. And now back to top of the lineup here for the Polar Bears. Baron Burns 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a flyout. He's due at the leadoff spot here for the Polar Bears. They need to bring bare minimum Howard in to get it to single digits in terms of that run discrepancy, as this is hit to center field. Duffner on his horse gets a little bit into the gap as he was shading Burns more towards left center. 1 pitch on a flyout. Burns is retired, and there's 2 down. Polar Bears with Avery Grattan to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 3rd inning. HCV 1 out away from getting to the championship, while the Polar Bears then would have a loser-out game with the Tommies coming up later tonight here in Castleton. Foul tip, it's now 0-1. As the sun is starting to make its way towards the western sky and set here. Here's the 0-1. This in the air. That one is slicing into the gap. Duffner on his horse, and he can't get it. 1 run will come in Falk. Howard will get waved in. Duffner with the relay throw, not going to make a difference. And the Polar Bears needed 2, and they got 2 on a bases clearing 2 RBI double the opposite field here for Grattan, and it is a 12-3 contest. Exactly what the Polar Bears needed for 2 runs coming in. As Falk and Howard coming to score. The Polar Bears keep the game going, as we will play a full 7 no matter what now here in Castleton. Chase Collison has reached base all 3 times, 2 singles and a fielder's choice as he takes a strike. It's 0-1. And immediately off the bat, where Duffner was playing a shade into right center field, you knew that was going to be tough, as that just continually kept going away from him. As it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. One of the best hits that we've seen from the Polar Bears here today against Richter. The 1-1. This will be smoked, and underneath the third baseman's glove of Sumby, as Grattan will turn. Here comes Halfley on the relay. The 1-hopper, and this one will be off the glove of Lushik. And another run comes in to score here for the Polar Bears, as you'll see it now at 12-4. So Avery able to come in. It's going to be another extra base hit on top of it, run driven in. 2, 3, and 4 batters with all 4 runs driven in here for the Polar Bears. Now it's Case Knutson. First pitch swinging. He will sky one to Duffner, who's been kept busy here this inning. Duffner gloves it to retire the side. But the Polar Bears put 3 runs across in the inning on 3 hits, as there was an error and a runner left on base. We played 6 on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. It's 12-4 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley on your liveevent.com.
The telephone company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Top of the 7th inning here on your liveevent.com. It's going to be the heart of the lineup. 3, 4, and 5 batters to the plate against Paulson here for the Polar Bears of Larimore. So you'll see Halfley, Richter, and again Duffner due up here. The Polar Bears needed 2 runs. They were able to get that and a couple extra as they got 3, and they made it a 8-run deficit so far here for Larimore. 1 run in the in the first inning, 3 runs, bottom half of the 6th, as the Burros coming to the plate, 1 inning away from making their way towards the Region 2 championship, as Halfley, Richter, and Duffner again due up here. Halfley with 4 runs driven in so far here for HCV. Takes a rip at it as he was looking for his 2nd home run of the day, as they'll make it now 0-1 on the foul tip. Sparrow Club able to contend with Thompson, put themselves in the game, brought Halfley in relief, and found a way to knock down the number 1 seed Tommies back in Mayville earlier this week, as Halfley able to hit one right down the line. Howard will have to get into the corner. Halfley rounds first, on his way to second. It will be a leadoff double for Halfley, and the Burros with an extra base hit to begin this 7th inning. Is Riley Richter, the senior pitcher, with a walk so far here today. 0 for 3 at the plate, but it's been what he's been able to do on the mound again. Able to work 6 innings, and until that bottom of the 6th, was able to sprinkle a hit here or there for the Polar Bears, but nothing in too much of a consecutive fashion outside of that 2-out rally in the bottom of the 1st. Paulson delivers a strike. It's 0-1. There's about another week and a half. High school sports will be all wrapped up in the state from the state golf tournament as well, as the state B will make its way to Jamestown, as this one's going to be a tough play in the hole. Burns across, and that one will go over Falk at first base. Coming in to score will be Halfley on the throw-in air. And Riley Richter will get aboard. So a run comes in. We'll get a courtesy runner at that on the way here for Hillsboro Central Valley. As Breidenbach will come on here for Richter. He does have a run scored for Richter back in the 4th inning. Now it's to Duffner. Duffner has reached base 3 times. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. And he's also struck out back in the 2nd after he worked the count full. Polar Bears with 3 pitchers so far in this game. Just 1 with Riley Richter for Hillsboro Central Valley. As the pick play, sliding back in, here will be Breidenbach. We'll see the 0-1 upcoming here to Duffner. In a game that's starting to work close to 2 hours. The 0-1 pitch, foul back now, 0-2. And as this one continues to go, you got to add about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes roughly in between games. You'll get your first pitch between the Thompson Tommies and, as it would stand now, the Polar Bears later tonight. The 0-2 pitch is swung deep into the outfield. Avery Gratton is there in center field to make the out, and Duffner is retired. One down here in the top of the 7th for Hillsboro Central Valley. It's Cotton with a walk and a run scored in the first. Walked in the fourth, was stranded at second base. And 2 strikeouts, one looking and one swinging here today for the sophomore second baseman. Breidenbach able to get back safely. Also coming up here tomorrow on yourliveevent.com, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning, it'll be the EDC softball tournament from Mickelson Field, as they'll go from 8 teams down to 6 and eventually to 4 after Saturday. As this is right to the line drive, they get the out to Knutson. Knutson look back the runner. Out number 2. And then we also have coverage of the state baseball and softball tournaments. Audio-only coverage for most of the eastern half of the state for State B coming up a week from today at Newman Outdoor Field and at Tharaldson Park for softball. As Burns, yes he did, oh what a backhanded skip it, bop it, and drop it there for the Burns. Able to put that right foot back there, but a run does come in to score. On one hit, there was an error and a runner left on base. The Burros with a 9-run lead as the Polar Bears are down to their final 3 outs as we make our way to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rath.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, 3-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning as the Polar Bears will see Rethenmeyer, Solsing, and Cooper here to the plate. First pitch swinging. This one is going to be backhanded by Sumby. Sumby with a nice play across the diamond. Sumby with a little bit of a shown-off arm there, the big league arm by Sumby. 5-3, 1 pitch and 1 down here to begin things off in the bottom of the 7th inning. I think it plays like that, it just makes the game a little bit easier for you as a pitcher, where you can just say, all right, let's just attack the zone, trust your defense behind you here for the Burros as Bull Solsing. We'll see this first pitch swinging. It's a line drive that'll go right to Halfley. 2 pitches up and 2 batters down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch swinging here for this Polar Bear club. Ethan Cooper, final out here for the Polar Bears. Burros scored in every inning but the 2nd and the 3rd. 13 runs across 10 hits. Here's the pitch from Richter. Another first pitch swinging. That'll be into the gap in left center field. Smallbeck will cut it off as Cooper is able to get a base knock. Now it goes to Falk. As you'll see, Falk here with a hit by pitch, an error with a run scored back in the 6th inning, and a strikeout in the 4th. There's the righty, Richter. Tosses and throws. This one will be in the hole. Backhanded there by Halfley. Halfley goes across. Do they apply the tag? Not in time. Good job by Miller to climb the ladder and try to swipe at Falk, as that one just took Miller a little bit off the bag as Falk will reach base. Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Then it goes to Howard. As Howard is 3 for 3 today, trying to make it 4 for 4 and see if he can get a run driven in. As this one will be hit on the ground to Halfley. Halfley will go the long way, 6-3, and that'll retire the Polar Bears here in this contest in a game that goes 1 hour and 52 minutes here today. the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros pick up the win, and in doing so have secured a spot in the Region 2 Championship. While for the Larimore Polar Bears, they will play roughly in about 15 to 20 minutes for their next game against the Thompson Tommies. That's still to come on our post-game show. Coming up, we'll get to our player of the game. We'll hear from the victorious team, that and more as well, upcoming on our post-game, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway as well. Again, it's HCV with a 9-1, a 13-4 win here today on yourliveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Post-game show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway here today on yourliveevent.com as the Polar Bears fall to the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros in this contest, as the win here for for HCV will improve them on the season to 15-10, while the Polar Bears will drop down to 12-4 on this season. Winning pitcher of record is Riley Richter. He goes the distance, 7 innings of work here in this one, as he gives up 11 hits, but he scattered them out with 4 runs across in the win here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. 2 free passes and 7 strikeouts here in this one, as HCV again wins this game 13-4, your final here today over the Polar Bears. Now time to continue on our post-game show as we get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com for career opportunities. A couple of the 1-2 combination here, both for what we saw with Richter and also from that particular in terms of Chase Hafley. Hafley got things going with a 3-run homer, but Richter able to go the distance, and when you can get that in the postseason, that goes a very long way. Riley Richter is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game with the complete game on the mound here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Our Agassi Precision Egg play of the contest, that one would eventually be a 3-run homer by Chase Hafley to give the lead on the way here for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, as Hafley delivers the 3-run homer in the first inning, as that was a 3 batters up with Tyson Bryson. Hafley brought him in to make it 3-0. He is on that hit as our Agassi Precision Egg play of the contest. Go to Agassi Precision Egg and check out their website at planterdoc.com. And finally, to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Nice 1-2 combination for the Polar Bears in terms of their number 9 batter, Daniel Howard, able to go 3 for 4 at the plate today with a run scored in this one. And the Polar Bears picking up the loss, but Daniel Howard, the senior left fielder, part of our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. When you can get that productivity at their number 9 hole, normally good things happen. But for the Polar Bears, they do fall today 13-4 in the contest. As when we come back after this, we'll hear from the winning pitcher from the Burros. That is next.
At Dakota Heritage Bank, we know your schedules can get hectic, and you don't always have time to get to the bank during regular banking hours. We make it easy for you with mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay services that we offer for free. This is Michelle with Dakota Heritage Bank, inviting you to do your banking with us anytime, anywhere. Just go to dhb.bank or download the mobile app for convenient on-the-go banking, serving you with locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, join us the winning pitcher of record, as we mentioned, for the Burros. That is Riley Richter. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Riley, first things first, when you get 5 runs in the top of the first inning as a starting pitcher, what does that do for you, particularly against anybody, but more importantly in a tournament game like this?
It gives me some confidence, knows that I have some help on our offense. Well, if we didn't have 5 to start the inning, we'd have 7, so it's a pretty close game without that.
What did you see from you guys? Not to chase too much. You took a multitude of walks, hit by pitches. You saw a couple of different batters. Just what did you see kind of passing the baton, knowing that you were kind of waiting for your pitch at the plate, 1 through 9 today?
Just kind of be patient. Just wait for your pitch. It'll become one of the 4 at-bats at least.
Able to win this one, Riley. What has it been like as a player, wondering when and if you're going to play and where you're going to kind of play these last couple days as you finish off school as well?
It's pretty interesting. It's kind of fun. Everybody's playing different positions. Everybody's mixing around, but it's been in our favor so far.
For this team to get to the championship, obviously nothing is officially granted for you, but you need to get there to ultimately get to your most important goal. Just what does it mean for this club this season, Riley, to get to that Region 2 title match?
I mean, it's a lot. I'm a senior, so it's my last go around. We have a good group of juniors and sophomores that are stepping up. Couldn't be more thankful for it.
I know there's been some tribulations, as there is any years, ups and downs, good and bad, but what's a characteristic that you really like about this team that's carried you to this point, knocking on the door of hopefully getting to Newman Outdoor Field a week from tonight?
We haven't gave up. We battle. Even when we have a good lead and then we give it back, we keep battling. We don't give up. I think it's just hard work, and we're all one unit, I think.
Take us through a couple of the players here. Obviously, Halfley with the 3-run homer. I know he gets a lot of kudos, and rightfully so. But what were you able to see both from Tyson behind the plate here today, and just seeing the plays that you saw from your third baseman with Sumby, who made a big league play there in the 7th inning going across the diamond?
Yes, sir. Well, Tyson's a heck of a catcher. He's great back there. He works hard, catches everything in the dirt for me. Tyson made some big plays today, which was awesome to see. That one on the line was awesome. So that was a big moment for a big play.
Last thing for you, Riley, biggest thing that you want to carry into this one tomorrow, no matter if it's Tommy's or the Polar Bears for a chance at a Region 2 title, will be what?
Go out and have good at-bats, have good field work, and it'll work out.
Hey, Riley, congratulations on the win. Best of luck tomorrow at Mayville State.
Thank you, sir.
The Burros will play, by the way, at 1 o'clock tomorrow in that championship game. Game 2, if needed. We'll follow that. We'll have it for you on YourLiveEvent.com. He's Riley Richter. We'll put a bow on this one next on our postgame show.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and Gerdau Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we continue on our post-game show here today from Castleton, it is a 13-4 win for the Burros of Hillsboro Central Valley in a game that goes 1 hour and 52 minutes. Riley Richter picks up the win, a complete game. It does give up 12 hits, scattered the hits throughout the course of the game, 4 runs against here in this one, 2 free passes and 7 strikeouts. Baron Burns picks up the loss, an inning of work, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The Burros 13 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and 10 runners left on base. While for Larimore, 4 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors, and 11 runners left on base. A couple of notes in this one. Chase Hafley with a 3-run homer. Saw Braden Chenault with 2 runs driven in and 2 runs driven in for Miller as well. For the Polar Bears, Avery Granton with 2 runs driven in. Collison and Knutson also with a run driven in as well. So for the Burros, they improved to 15-10 on the season. Well, for the Polar Bears, they will drop to 12-4 and have an elimination game upcoming here in the next 15 minutes or so against the Thompson Tommies. I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for joining us, and continue to join us for more coverage here of the Region 2 Baseball Tournament in just a few moments. A reminder, the Region 2 Baseball Tournament will continue tomorrow in Mayville at 1 o'clock in the first championship game. That does it for our abbreviated post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Go to normancountyraceway.com and check out the World of Outlaw late models on June the 28th in Ada, Minnesota. Back with more here from Castleton in just a few moments. It's the Tommies and the Polar Bears coming up around the corner here in Castleton.